Hello again. This is Cowboy coming to you from the homestead. Anyway, it's May 21st, 2019. Next year will be the elections. First we'll have the primaries and then we'll have the general election. But anyway, I just want to talk to you about some of this, a little bit about it. It's been, I don't know, since last November after the midterms, we've had some weirdness happen. Mueller report came out. Trump's not guilty of anything, and it was a big-ass hoax. I knew that before that Mueller report even came out, because it wasn't the Russians, it was the American people who got involved in this election, or in that election. The only ones that are having a problem with this is the Democrats. They're just a bunch of sore losers. Come on, guys. You can't keep dragging this dead horse around. It's dead. But they keep wanting to bring more and more. It's like it's the weirdest show I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm 65 years old, and I've seen a lot of presidents come and go. And a lot of them have been good, and a lot of them have been bad. But I'm going to tell you right now, Mr. Trump is a very good man. He's done a lot for this country. He's put America back to work, and he's making America great. Simple as that. Now, I'm not a Republican, nor am I a Democrat. I am a constitutionalist, or like some people say, a libertarian. I don't like that libertarian thing, because I love the Constitution. It's a great document. It protects all of us. Now, yes, there was some times when equal rights weren't being equally distributed, and we fixed it. The country came together and it got done. And I'm glad it did. Equal rights for all is part of what the Constitution guarantees each and every one of us. And the president, whoever gets elected, has to uphold that Constitution, as well as the members of Congress and the people in the House. They're all bound to that one document, the Constitution. But it seems like in the last few years, people are wanting to try to circumvent the Constitution, like the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, and there's even a couple other ones that I can't remember right off the top of my head that they're trying to circumvent. Oh yeah, they want to get rid of the Electoral College. The Electoral College was there for a purpose, and it's always been there because our forefathers knew that you can't have 7 states voting for a president. You have to give it equally across the board. And that has to do with some of the states that don't have large populations, like California, New York, New Jersey, all up and down the eastern seaboard. So you have, I think it's like 10 states that would actually, if you were to take the college away, the Electoral College, then there would only be this small group of states that would actually elect a president because of the populace. You say, well, you'd have to win the popular vote. Well, that's not very fair, if you know what I mean. By having an electoral college, it kind of gives every a even playing field out there. So it's not gonna. It'll take a constitutional change to get rid of the electoral college, and that means that every state in the union would have to ratify it, which means it wouldn't get ratified because those states that would be thrown out into the cold would not ratify this insanity. I'm hoping they wouldn't. Anyway, that's how my feelings are with all this going on. We got the AOC telling us that we need to tear down every building around and rebuild it. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Every building can be retrofitted. It doesn't mean you have to tear the dang thing down. I retrofit buildings all the time out here on the homestead. Tear them down. I don't tear them down, I just improve them. And that's generally what we do. You don't tear a whole building down and build it up again. That makes absolutely no sense. The shell of every building is structurally sound. You can improve on it. You can make it better. Here's the problem. What are you going to, after you tear them down, because one, you've gotten rid of all the trucks, you've gotten rid of all the cars, you've gotten rid of all the trains, basically, because they're all diesel. We don't have electric trains. Some back east, but not out here in the west. And 90% of the trains are diesel anyway, so you'd probably get rid of those and try to... So how are you going to get the building materials to your job site? It's a big question. First of all, the building materials are going to use carbon anyway. You got to make the building materials to build the building. So I don't understand what they're trying to do. First of all, it won't work. Second of all, it costs so much money that we will go bankrupt doing it. So God bless them for trying. I think it's just, this is why I don't like politicians. People who are politicians are nothing but a bunch of talking heads. They don't have a real plan. A real plan is getting behind the science to reduce the carbon. Don't tear everything down. There's ways of taking care of this, and we're already doing it. There's a company out there that's actually building a huge facility to suck CO2 out of the atmosphere. And they turn it in these little pellets. I forget what they're called. Just read about it. Pretty interesting stuff. See, this is what America's about. We innovate. That's what we do. We are a nation of innovators. We are a nation of entrepreneurs and innovators. And what we should be doing is standing around talking about tearing buildings down and getting rid of other stuff. Is what we should be doing is looking at giving grants and money to people who can go out there and innovate and make something that works and that can help the environment. If you do this other thing, all you're doing is you're destroying everything and not making anything. In other words, you're doing everything for naught. The best solution is to help the innovators. And that's where Mr. Trump came in. Is what he did was he gave all these corporations a big tax break. Now they're starting to innovate again, starting to put their money back into R&D and starting doing stuff. This is what we should be doing. If I seen a candidate that said, we're not going to destroy everything, we're going to make sure that we're going to drop the taxes and we're going to help these people innovate and create and come up with solutions within the next 10 years. Heck, batteries right now are not really that good. Okay? I mean, they're good, but they're not that good. So, that would be my first thing, is to come up with a consortium to develop good batteries for storage. Now, solar and wind. Let's talk about that. Solar is a great thing, except that you need to be somewhere where the sun shines a lot during the day, but you need some way to store that. Again, you need batteries. Now, solar cells have gotten a lot better over the years. They've gotten a lot, they have a higher output, but the battery storage is the problem. Great idea. It has an Achilles heel. Batteries. Same with wind. You need the